Hi, everyone. It's Mrs. Watson, who is here to tell you what's going on with Math 105. I know you're probably anxiously waiting for some sort of a wonderful group hangout. And while I really enjoyed learning about Tiger King, I think that I'm going to do it this way this week. So, anyways, I hope you're all having a great week. And while you've social distance, you have also enjoyed the weather. I am just loving it. So, I hope you are too. So I wanted to give you a little update on what's going on with PCC. I've got a huge Google document that I'm going to email out and I will post on Canvas. But let's just kind of talk about where we're at. So just so you know, Mr. Mel and I have attended several meetings about this, and we have some options for you. I just want you to first off tell you how proud we are of you and how much you've worked and how much you have given to this course. So I hope you keep that in mind when you think about your next steps. I also want to say that unfortunately, I have no news about how we're grading for sophomores and juniors. When I find out, I will tell you, but just know that every single person in our entire state is wondering that if they're tied with education, and there's just we don't know. So I think the first thing was that they wanted to make sure seniors. So some of these things will be senior specific, and I did try to highlight that in the video or into the Google document that I'm making. Okay, so first off, just so you know, on Mondays, I will be posting, as well, Mr. Mella, things for our A-Day classes, and Wednesday we'll post it for our B-Day classes, but you're welcome to look at it whenever. Okay, so let's look at what we have here. Um, I'm just gonna take my video cam off. Okay, so here's what I'm going to read through this. I know you can read as well, but just so you know, I know right away you're going to say review for the final exam. Okay, so yesterday we sat in an hour meeting, and PCC is not budging on the final exam. Okay, and so that's just the reality. Wonderfully, I picked the one time to sit outside when the garbage man is coming around. So I'm hoping that's not going to show up, but hey, that's okay. That's the life we lead. So anyways, so yes, they are not budging. You have to take a final exam in order to get PCC credit, okay? Now, I think this is actually going to work to your favor, and so I hope that you will listen to this whole thing and figure this out, because just know we did advocate very strongly for you not to take a final. But let's read through the exam or the options here so that you know. And okay, the garbage person is gone. Okay, so let's read through this. Okay, so first one off, this week we want to focus on reviewing for the final exam. As of now, you have two options in order to receive credit from PCC and grant. One thing I do want to remind you is everything that you're hearing in the news about pass, no fast, pass, that is just grants. That is just high school specific. That is not college specific, at least for our dual credit. Okay, so let's keep reading. So your first option is just to receive grant credit. As of now, you fulfill the requirements for grant, and you will receive a P as long as you have a D or higher, and an I if you have an F. Now, if you do have an F right now, you are still welcome to turn in missing assignments. I've emailed a couple people and reached out to them like they're missing quizzes. You are welcome to do that to raise it to a passing if you're a senior. Okay, these grades right here, I'm saying these grades are only for seniors. Sophomores and juniors, we do not know. Okay, here's the thing though, you are also enrolled in PCC. You will need to complete the following steps listed below in order to be dropped from our PCC class. So that is an option. You can just take the grant grade, which would give you a pass, and you don't have to take a final. We would strongly, and I am saying this so strongly because as an adult who is, I know you may think I'm close to your age, but I'm quite a bit older than you. I'm trying to say this for years. You have worked way too hard to sacrifice this credit over something as as I know it seems big to you, yes, but friends, all you have to do is take a final online. It's online, okay? And I just don't want you to sacrifice 4 free math credits that you worked all year for, okay? And I know that right now this isn't the biggest deal to you because yeah, it's a scary and anxious time right now, but just try to think a little more forward thinking, because I just want you to be so successful. And so does Mr. Mellon. Okay, so we would suggest that. But if you choose to do that, again, you are the person who can choose that. These are your options that you have in order to drop. You will need to write an email, and you need to use this template right here. Okay, you need to email it to me if I have you as a student or to Mr. Mellon. and you're requesting the drop for reasons related to the course moving online because of the pandemic. So here's what you're going to write. You're going to write this email, and basically you're sending it to me an email, and then I'm going to compile all the emails. I do need this information, and if you can't find your student name and your G number, remember all of that was in when you registered for the course. Remember, our dual credit course is called Math 105, so that might be something you should write. So it's MTH 105. I'm just putting it in there. Or Grant High School. The course number you should have on your my PCC. Then myself and Mr. Mello will forward this information on to the registrar. Please do this as soon as possible because they are gonna this is a one-time thing. Normally you can't drop the course, but this will allow you to do that. Okay. So option 2. This is the option we hope you take. Okay, we believe you are more than prepared to take our final and pass it. We were able to do a couple of things with the final exam. Okay, first off, we were able to, since they said we only needed to cover 75% of the material, we were able to not have to teach you the last unit, which is huge. I can't imagine how that would go. Okay, the other thing that we were able to do was we were able to get it online. So you are going to take it on Canvas, and then you can use Excel and your cheat sheet that you created before. Okay. We also have that review. Everything is still on Canvas. I'll show you in just a moment. Okay. What we will do this next week is on Monday, we'll post it up there. And what we're going to do is Mr. Mel and myself are available during our office hours. I'm going to show you that in just a second. And then you are able to check in with us, review however you see fit. And that's pretty great. You can check out your cheat sheet, you can check out everything. And then the following week on April 20th, we're going to open up the final exam and you can take it at your leisure. We're going to give you 4 weeks. The reason we're putting a limit of 4 weeks is we just think the longer you go, the harder it will be for you to remember this information. Okay. So we want to get ready and going on that. Okay. We will then, we will have 4 weeks. We will need to take it in a 3-hour setting. It's not going to take you 3 hours by any means, but we know this is your first time taking an exam on a computer in our class. And so we want to give you enough time to be able to feel comfortable doing that. Okay. We will still give you your pass for Grant High School. Okay. That's still happening. Right now I'm only doing that for seniors, but fresh or sophomores and juniors, I'll get to you. I'm so sorry. Okay. But we will also, if you take this option, take the final, you'll still get your 4 math credits for free. See how I explanation mark this? And your PCC grade though will be a letter grade. Okay. And we're going to average semester 1 and semester 2. Okay. So those are your options for you to go right now. What I've done is I have a link here. You would just click on this link and it will give you a Google Hangout. And those are office hours. We would like you to just come during your class period. But again, I don't care when you come to these, but just know that I'm not going to be available Tuesday afternoons from 2:30 to 3:30 because that was my prep period, or on Thursdays from 2:30 to 3:30. You can come to the Monday one, you can come to the Wednesday one, you can come to any of them, but just remember that if you come to one where it's Algebra 3, 4, I'm probably going to take those questions first because that's their designated time. But again, I'll take any questions. You can also always email. Fridays, I'm available by appointments for students. So if you need to talk with me, that's fine as well. Notice these are all afternoon ones. So yeah, best way to contact us, obviously through Canvas, you can email, all those things. Remind, Miss Watson, she'll respond. And Mr. Mel, we will respond as soon as we can, okay? So Math 105 overview this next week, we would like you to review. It's perfectly fine if you need more than 1 week to review, but we're just kind of giving you a schedule right now. And then these are the weeks to take the final exam. Okay? Nothing is due except the final exam. We would like to have some sort of a idea of who's dropping, who's not, because you're obviously going to email us. But we really hope you don't drop. Friends, I know that this is a time that none of us were anticipating. I'm not either, but I know you can do this. Mr. Mallow knows you can do this. We are fighting for you to do this, and I just think don't give up on this, okay? Have a great weekend. This is one of my favorite weekends. You can figure out why. But I hope this eases some anxiety. You at least know what's going on. And I know you can do this, okay? I know you can do it. Okay. Just one more thing for you. Everything will be posted on Canvas for the 13th. So right now I don't have it posted, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what we had over here in March. Sorry, this is not the right. I'm going to get off of my face. I'm going to take what we had in March right here, this assignment of the Unit 3 midterm. I'm going to move it to the 13th, and it will just be sitting there all week, and you can just access it. So just know that when we're giving information, it's going to be on like this day right here, the 13th. Okay. If you did some of these extra credit, great. You can still work on it. That's always okay for me. I'm going to be kind of looking at this stuff too. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I will send all of this out through Synergy, and that should be going to your student emails. And I'll also remind everybody on Remind on Monday morning that, hey, everything's up, everything's live. You can get everything you need. Okay, well, have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing some of you next week.